Greetings everyone, and welcome to my underwater kingdom. In Digimon's 2020 reboot, there was an episode that featured MarineAngemon's undersea palace. It was a lovely episode where we get to see Hikari and Tailmon develop their relationship as partners. And in today's video, we are not talking about that at all. Instead, we are going to be talking about MarineAngemon's kingdom. Because believe it or not, the very idea of deep sea dwellers occupying the remains of a dead whale is a lot more real than you might think. Before we dive more into this fascinating concept, we are going to give this analysis a little more context. Let's fast forward to a couple of episodes ahead, where something really cool happens. But we're not talking about that either. In this episode, Patamon explains that sometimes Digimon are so big that after they die, they remain as fossils instead of disappearing. With that knowledge, we can now see how it's possible for MarineAngemon's city to even exist. We can safely assume that a Waymon died and its remains were used to create a new home through MarineAngemon's power. This environment where we can see countless organisms thriving off of a whale carcass is based on a real-world phenomenon called a whale fall. When a whale dies and its body sinks into depths of over 1,000 meters and hits the ocean floor, that's called a whale fall. It's not as simple as it sounds though. Anything that dies in the open ocean won't normally sink right away. Carcasses can remain floating on the surface because of gases produced from decomposition. This may cause a carcass to get beached. The bodies of great whales will eventually sink when the air-filled lungs begin to deflate. When the body finally reaches the ocean floor, the cold temperatures will significantly slow down the rate of decomposition, and this marks the beginning of a new ecosystem. In the anime, we can see that the city is built within the skeletal remains of a whale-like Digimon. Now, earlier I did say that this was probably a Waymon, but for all I know, this could be one of these monstrosities. But then again, Digimon's sense of scaling was never really consistent to begin with, so... MarineAngemon also claimed that she has the power to move the entire city, with a little help from Daipenmon it seems. Wait a second, is she reanimating a corpse? Actually, that's not even surprising. You know what they say, necromancers are just healers that don't give up. Now, getting back to the whale fall. Without getting into too much detail, ecosystems supported by whale falls will last for decades. The biodiversity found in whale fall sites introduces human observers to new species of organisms that were previously undiscovered. This very ancient but very real phenomenon serves as the inspiration behind MarineAngemon's city. Now, the real thing does sound pretty gruesome, but it is an extremely important occurrence for bottom dwellers that would otherwise not have access to such an abundant source of energy. Fortunately, Digimon's fantastical nature has provided us with a much more whimsical interpretation. The anime explains to us that MarineAngemon's holy ring gives it the power to maintain the city, allowing for not just shelter, but a home for an entire community to thrive in the richness of its environment. We have made it to the end of the video. Fiction has always been inspired by reality. Even in the darkest depths of our oceans, life finds a way to exist in seemingly hopeless environments. The digital world is all about survival of the fittest. The end of one life will always serve to help raise the beginning of another. One way or another, life goes on. Death is constant, everything comes to an end, but nothing ever really does. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more content. Thank you so much for watching and train hard, Tamers!